again with the last of Marion's 31-day challenge. I'm going to go from the beginning to the end of the book, so you guys have already seen 1 through 20, but I wanted just to recap on the book for the journal, and then you'll see 21 through 31 at the end of the book. But I used some random fibers and some lace on the binding. I made a little charm with these bottles. I can get them, like, I think they're 99 cents or $1.99 or something like that at Hobby Lobby. And I filled it with some gold beads. Maybe you see that. My camera's not wanting to do what I want it to do. But it's got some charms and trinkets on the side. These 2 flowers here are from Prima. What line? I don't know. I'm not sure. And a little butterfly with some Prima pearls in the middle of it. These flowers were originally white. I used Tim Holtz. What did I use? Tim Holtz Distress inks, and just kind of try to match the cover. And then these are Prima crystals in the middle. And it's a month in a life, and this would be a month in my life. Marion Smith's 31-day challenge, January 2012. I went back through and I added some things here and there, like the numbers. I numbered them. This was day 1. We went over to my mom's house, and all of us kids were there, and the grandkids, and we had a good time just messing around. And that's my brother's and my brother's fiance. And I just journaled about that on this side. Day 2, I believe, is a picture of my brother. Yeah, my brother and his dogs. And I just put their names on the back of this, and then on the back of the envelope. This is just an envelope I had sitting around the house. And I used die cuts with a view, tattered time, some Tim Holtz, and a lady left a comment on my first video, I believe it was, that it's K & Company's Life's Journey paper stack that I used. But I journaled about day 2, that how he's got a scruffy beard and how he loves his dogs. His dogs are his children. This is my brother, my baby brother, and his fiancée, and they came over, and they're having my first niece. Yay! And she's due in April, and they came over to visit for day 3. So I wrote about that, because it's probably the only picture I'll get of her while she's pregnant. Day 4, the kids went back from Christmas break, and they had 80s day. So this is my daughter dressed up in her 80s costume. This is a Prima flower I used. I think these are some crystals that I got at Target. I can't find the letter or the agenda for that day, so I'm writing her letter, and it goes in here. But I journaled about it. I think I might stick some, write a letter about what it was like back in the 80s. I was born in the 80s, but I don't remember much. Day 5, we were at Burlington Coat Factory, and my friend decided to put frog hat on. So I got a picture of that. These stickers are from Prima. What line, I don't know. I got them in a kit, never used them, so I thought it would be a perfect opportunity to use them here. But I journaled about that here. Day 6, there's a picture, like I said before, and it's stuck for some reason, that my stepson, we got them craft bundles. One of my fibers fell off. Or not bundles, craft pack suitcase looking thing for Christmas, and we hadn't seen him use it, so we asked him about it. So he made a quick picture of his dad there. There's his arms, his waist, his legs. Too cute. So I took a picture of that and then journaled about it on the back. That was day 6. And then this is just what are they called? Ephemera. That it was a digital ephemera. I printed it off. Some of them I got from A Little Scrap of Heaven. Their feed, some of them I just randomly got. I don't know exactly where. So I just glued that on for decoration. Day 7 is a picture of our cat trying to stay out of the wind and the weather, because we don't let our cats inside because our house is too small for all the animals we have. So I wrote about that on the back for day 7. And this is a Prima journaling spot. It says a reflection of who we are, because they're holding like a mirror. So I wrote that in the middle. Another digital ephemera that I printed off. On day 8, my daughter decided to do her makeup and her hair and made herself look all beautiful, and I took a picture and told her she's never allowed to wear makeup again because she's too pretty. But she doesn't wear it to school, that's for sure. Not yet. She's not old enough. So I wrote about that on the back, journaled about it. Day 9. This is just some vellum ephemera that I had. I backed it with some file folders and just distressed it. This was another envelope I had. This was my stepdad, who can sleep anywhere, and my mom and him came over, and he fell asleep on the couch. So I journaled about that for day 9. Day 10, I went and picked up the family photo, and I thought it was the worst family photo ever. And I took a picture of it and put it in there for my day 10. This is another one of those vellum ephemeras. I believe this is Prima flower with Prima crystals. Day 11. This is, like I said before in my other videos, this cat came home. He was hurt. We let him inside, and he's my daughter's best friend, and he went into her room and curled up on her bed under the covers. So that's that. I journaled about it on the back. Day 12, I'm part of a group, society, whatever you want to call it, and we all took a picture out in my front yard that night, and I thought I would put that on there and do some journaling about it, about our group a little bit. Day 13, my brothers came over, and they always play football with my son, so they're all out there playing football. My oldest brother and my other baby brother. This is True Family. I'm not sure where I got these stickers at, but these are the crystals at the bottom, or another brand from Target, I believe. So I journaled about that on the back. Day 14, I used Prima pearls. Each one of these numbers came out of the paper stack of Tim Holt's Lost and Found collection, and I made copies. I cut them all out from 1 to 0, and I made copies of them until I had all the numbers that I needed, plus some to do the numbers on there. But this is the start of our remodel of our bathroom. This is the boys' room where they had to move the wall back some, and this is the hallway where it was leaking here. So I journaled about that on the back, how disastrous that was. Day 15, my youngest decided he wanted to scrapbook with me and make me a layout. So here's his layout that he made. And I just backed it with some die cuts with a view tattered time paper. Used a sticker. And then on the back, I stamped it. All the journaling lines I did with, it's called Story Time with Making Memories. It's got waves and circles and everything like that with journaling lines that you draw on yourself. And I stamped each one of these with either a Tim Holtz stamp set or a different stamp set that I can't think of right this second because I'm not in my scrap room. But I did all this, everything I tried to make by hand. This was used out of a manila folder, and I just cut it up and made it into a pocket. I tried to challenge myself not only to take a picture every day, but to use things that I already had. This envelope is made out of a manila envelope. I have some templates that my mother-in-law's mom gave to me, and I just traced them out, cut them out, distressed them, and everything. So day 16 was a picture of my husband and my brother's dog that I was dog sitting. This dog they found a while back, and come to find out she's deaf. She's the coolest dog, though. Her name is Snowflake. And then I just backed it with some Tim Holtz paper. And then I journaled on the back about how she followed me around the house all day, but as soon as my husband got home, she laid up on the bed and took a nap with him. Day 17, like I've mentioned before in my other videos, he got this, my dog Buddy. He's a Chihuahua that we rescued. He got a orange hoodie to wear for the winter, and instead of wearing it, he likes to lay on it and use it as one of his toys. So I journaled about that on the back. This was just a digital ephemera that I got to separate the days 17 and 18, because I noticed that they looked like they kind of overlapped each other. So that, and this was also a digital ephemera that I have. I just printed it out on a manila folder and distressed it and put it in there to separate. Day 18 is out of an envelope. I just cut the flap off and put a half circle here. But this is when it hailed a lot in my yard, and it sounded like the house was going to fall down. I just backed it with some paper. And then I journaled about it on the back. Day 19 is made out of another template that I modified a little bit myself so it would fit in here. This have my stepson and my son playing video games. It's not wanting to focus. But they're playing video games in their room and whatnot. And I just backed it with some paper, put it in the envelope, and journaled about it. Day 20, my son was playing with our dog, but you can't see. He's right here. You can see him reaching over to him, but you can't see the dog. And I journaled about how the dog likes to play with everybody's hands, and he's pretty gentle about it, except for with my husband. He likes to bite really hard. And that's for day 20. I mixed these two around the when and the where, but this was out of a paper that I bought from Hobby Lobby. I journaled about it a little bit, about journal about my son being lazy and playing with the dog on my bed. And it was a start of taking more pictures of my kids. Day 21, I wanted to get a picture of my husband, and he has this smile on his face. I took, he was not being very nice, and so he smiled about it, and I had to take another one. So this is on a manila folder too, that's backed with some of the tattered time paper, and it says silly. Then I journaled about the first picture that I took that was not very appropriate for this journal, because he was making hand gestures, because he doesn't like pictures either. And so I had to be quick about taking the second picture, so he didn't have time to do that. On the 22nd, on the day, my daughter got a little sewing machine from a friend of ours, and it wasn't the best, but we have one that my husband's grandmother had that was given to us, and she really wanted to learn how to use it, so she started using it and caught on very quickly of how to do everything, and she has sewed everything in the house that you could possibly think of. So I journaled about that on the back of this. Day 23 was the end of the bathroom remodel. It went by fairly quickly because I had tons and tons and tons and tons of people in and out of my house to get it done. These are Prima pearls here that I used, and on the back I journaled about, yay, the bathroom is done. On the 24th, it was my husband's birthday, and of course, I didn't take any pictures. But for his birthday, we woke up to snow on the ground, a very light bit of snow. So I backed those with some more of that tattered time paper. And then I journaled about it on the back. That today was my husband's birthday, and he woke up with some snow. On the 25th day, this is another one of those digital ephemeras that I printed out. I made a little pocket, and I wanted to take a picture of my other two boys, and my son Damien decided right at the moment that I was going to take the picture of him, he was going to reach for something on the desk, and this is how my youngest feels about me taking pictures. He does not like his picture taken. It's like pulling teeth trying to get him to get his picture taken. So that's what I did on that, and then on the back I journaled about how he didn't want his picture taken, and this picture here is the funniest picture. My husband took this for me that day. I am sleeping, cuddled with my dog, Buddy. So he's like a little teddy bear I used, pretty much, and I was cuddling with him. These are Prima Pearls here, and this is, I don't remember what this is. It's from Hobby Lobby. Pewter metal is what it's called. But my husband thought this was cute. As me and my dog sleeping, I cuddled him like he was my teddy bear, and we were sleeping, and he seen it and decided to take a picture for me. So I journaled about that here. Day 27 was not a good day for my youngest. He got up out of bed off the top bunk where he sleeps with his brother, and there's a dresser in front of the stairs. I mean, there's room to get down and everything, and he grabs the curtain rod. The curtain rod broke, and he fell on the dresser. So this is the ending result. Thank goodness kids are made of elastic and nothing was broken. So that was my day 27. Poor guy, he looks miserable. Right before he goes to school, he hurts himself. Okay, on the 28th, I just made a little pocket, used some more of that digital ephemera here. And then we went to the E3 museum that we have here. And it's a kids museum. It's a hands-on science. And what my youngest is doing here is you have to move this thing like in a loop-de-loop without touching anything, and it's to see how steady you are. And then I used some ephemera on the back of that. And that was a blast. They even have some old buildings that are still standing, and they gave us a tour guide paper that you drive around or walk around downtown, and you can see all the old original buildings and the old original houses that are still standing. But that goes in that pocket, and I journaled about it a little bit here of what we did that day. Day 29, my son decided to tell me that his science fair project was due the next day. So, thank goodness, it was something simple and we could go over fairly quickly. But this was some ephemera that I had. I printed it off on a manila folder, and it's, sorry, my battery died. But day 29, like I was saying, was my son's science fair project. This is ephemera on the back. Digital ephemera. It's got, things that, like poison. It's got some biohazard skull. All kinds of goodies on there, and it goes along with him being a mad scientist. He's doing a science fair project. I journaled a little bit about that on the back. Day 30, I used another template that my mother-in-law's mother gave me for an envelope. I made this pocket over here. I want to say Baroque, but it's not. It's the other one with the die. And the pieces left over from it I used for the flap. More digital ephemera here. And then this was I got all the other animals in the album, so I took a picture of our horses. This is Ruby and this is Dixie. They're Mustangs, and they're not quite saddle broke yet. We've gotten a saddle on Dixie, but Ruby's a little bit more stubborn. And then my dogs out in the backyard that they have to be on chains because they jumped the fence, unfortunately. That's Little Miss, and that's Mufasa. There are outside backyard dogs. So I had all the animals now in the album. So I just journaled a little bit about that on the back of our dogs and our horses. On the last day today, I decided to do one about myself and what inspires me to scrapbook. Of course, that's me. These are my children. And this is what my craft space looked like the whole time that I was doing this 31-day challenge. This is a Prima flower with a white flower. I think I got off eBay with a Prima pearl in the middle, a Prima bird there. And I journaled about it on the back. It says, today concludes the 31-day challenge for January 2012. This has inspired me to try new challenges throughout the new year. The challenge was a journey through my life in a month. The pictures show you my craft space, which stayed messy the whole time. I missed that part. The crafter herself, which would be me, and the wonderful children of mine that inspired me the most. So that is my 31-day journal of everything that went on in my life for the month of January. And it was fun to the challenge of taking the picture every day and journaling about it. That was it. It was fun. I enjoyed doing it and trying to come up with ideas of how I wanted to put all these in here, what to make. And I know Marion had templates, but I wanted it to be a little of my own style of my pages to show everybody that, my personality, for say. So, once again, thanks for watching, and